Hi, in this video I'll talk about the color picker tool, and the keyboard shortcut for this tool is the letter O on your keyboard, and this tool is used to set colors from image pixels. Down here we have the options for this tool. Now we can change the pick mode holding the control key, or we can just click here and select it. We can only pick colors, or we can pick the color and set it as a foreground color, which is the color over here. We can set it as a background color, which is the white color right now, or we can add it to a palette. I'm going to talk about all of the options, but first I'm going to start with one of the most common and useful applications of this tool is to pick a color that you like and then save it so you can use it in your projects. And for an example, I'll just open my channel here, and I've made my browser full screen. That's why it looks like this. And let's say you're browsing around and you like some colors. In this case, let's say you like this blue or this orange color. What you can do is you can use the print screen key, which is located on your keyboard. Usually it's opposite the arrows on the top of your keyboard. Then press that key and this will take a screenshot of your screen. Then go back to GIMP, and I'm gonna make another image here. Make sure the width and the height are big enough, are at least as big as your screen resolution. Mine is 1080p, so this is more than enough. Click OK to create the new image, then Ctrl V to paste the screenshot that we made. And now we can go back to the color picker tool and pick any of the colors here on this screenshot and save them. Now first I'm going to right click here and anchor this layer. Then in order to save the colors, we need to start another dialog here, which is the palettes. So we go to Windows, Dockable Dialogs, and find the palettes dialog. Click on it and we'll automatically go over here. Now we need to create a new palette, so we need to click on this option over here, create new palette, and let's call it test. And then we can start picking colors, and before that make sure we choose this option here, add to a palette. And now we can choose this blue color. You'll see it will be added over here, the orange color, yellow, this blue color, this color over here, maybe this orange as well. And you see all of these are added to this palette. We can go back here to the palettes, and you see this test palette here is added to this list of palettes. Most of them here come with GIMP, and this way you can create new palettes and save the colors from images that you like and use them later in your projects. Let's see a quick example of how we can do that. For example, let's just draw a rectangle like this with this select tool. Then go back to this palette here and choose this color. If you click on it, you'll see that, oops, I just accidentally docked this dialog. So let's click on this again to be open here. If I click on it, you'll see that it changes the foreground color just once, and the color here changes, which means that we can use it now to fill this rectangle. If I double click, by the way, it opens the edit palette color dialog. We don't need this for now. We only need to set the desired color on the foreground color, and then we can go to the edit menu and fill with this color the rectangle. So this is how easy it is to pick colors, then save them and use them for your projects. Now let's go back to this image and the color picker tool and see some of the other options here. Now we already saw the add to palette option. To set the foreground color, we'll be just clicking on the image, and that will set the color of the pixel that we clicked on to the foreground color. The background color does the same, but sets the color to the background. The pick only will pick the color, but we will not set it to anything, so you just have the color now. And this option is useful if you're going to combine it with this use info window. So let's click on this to activate it, and now we click here and we have this info window which shows us information about the pixel that we clicked on, and we can see that this pixel has this amount of red, green and blue, also percentages here. We can also see the hex code of this color. Now, why is this important, these numbers? They're important in many cases, especially if you're trying to figure out the color balance of your image. It's very useful when doing color corrections. I have videos on that which are more advanced. If you want to search my channel for them, go ahead. Also, it's a quick way to check if you have overexposed or underexposed areas in your photograph. For example, here I can right away see that over here this is overexposed. You see all the red and green is on the maximum. This is pretty much completely white pixels. Another area here is this one, which is underexposed, almost completely black. If it was completely black, all these numbers will be 0. So you shouldn't have these kind of things in a photograph, and this is a quick way to check for that. Also, don't forget that this image, like every image in GIMP, is made of pixels, and we can zoom in. I'm holding down the control key, turning the mouse wheel pretty much all the way to the pixel level where we can see each pixel, and we can click on it and see the information. In this image, for example, we have close to 10 million pixels, so we can check. Of course, we can check each one of them, but we can zoom in on pixel level and get information on each pixel that we want using this color picker tool. Now let's go back to the two options here, and we have two more options: sample merged and sample average. Now the sample merged option, what it should be doing is, if you have more than one layer on the image and these layers are visible, when you click on the top layer and this option is on, all of the layers that are visible, it should be picking information from them too. So if I click on the pixel here, it should be picking information from all the visible layers, pixels below this pixel, and combining it. But I've tested this, it doesn't work. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I've done many tests, it just doesn't work. It always gives the same value for the pixels. It doesn't matter if the option is on and or off, or the layers are visible and invisible. It doesn't work for me. Also, I don't really find any useful thing in this to know exactly what's the value of layers below, so it doesn't really matter that it's not working. But if you find a way to make it work, maybe you can share it in the comment section below. The other option, sample average, also it doesn't work. It should be working on visible layers again, and again it doesn't work that way, but at least it works to average the pixel value of the layer that you're working on. So let's see how that looks like. Zoom in really close here, and let's say we are going to be clicking on this pixel over here. So right now we don't have the option on, and we click on this pixel and we see we have for green, for example, 144. I'll close this and I'll select this option, and let's increase the radius a little bit and click on the same pixel again, and you see now we have for green 185. If the option is off, it will be 144. So this radius here, it's working, it's picking, it's averaging the value of the pixels in the selected radius. So this is working, but if you include layers, it's not gonna make a difference. At least it doesn't make a difference for me. So that's it for the options of this tool. I hope this tutorial was useful. If it was, like it, leave me a comment. You can also donate on pledgy.com. Link is in the description of the video. If you're new, make sure to visit my channel and subscribe. That's it for this one. Bye for now.